All right, you guys, welcome to the Re-Grets, the regretful guide on music and bands. As always, I am your host, MTR, also known as Matt the Rat, and my trusty sidekick.
Yo, it's Bianca.
We got a special guest for you guys. If you don't know him, you haven't been seeing him do anything, which I mostly know that he doesn't do anything, at least when I'm hanging out with him. But nonetheless, we have a good friend here. His name is
Benjamin Graves.
Benjamin Graves. If you go to see AC Slade, go to Combi Cry shows, Wednesday 13, any of those Stellar Corpses, you usually see him there. And what is he doing? He's either setting up equipment or he's selling merch and giving you a good-ass deal. I heard that through the grapevine, I heard that when he was working with Stellar Corpses, an amazing band, I might add. He was working with Stellar Corpses, and they played their first show with, not their first show ever, but their first show with Tiger Army. And through the grapevine, how much money did you supposedly sell again?
$1,000 worth of merch.
$1,000 worth of merch. I hope to God that they didn't have to pay for the CDs or anything, because that means that the band not only got paid to play with Tiger Army, but they got $1,000 bonus. And you know what they did with it? I don't know. I haven't seen it. They never bought me a drink, damn it.
Never asked.
This is true. But nonetheless, they're an amazing band, and this guy has been on tour. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, you guys. We're going to be talking about roadies.
And merch wenches.
Yeah, merch wenches. Not only that, we do have a couple of other things to talk about this week. Of course, the new upcoming shows for this month. I am proud to say, on an off-topic, Punk Rock Picnic was canceled! Yeah! Why was it canceled? It was canceled because Steve Smith messed up. He didn't even give anybody their money back. Nothing, dude. Nonetheless, that was a quick little note. We're also talking about Weezy in the hospital. Little Weezy! What happened, man? Morrissey bailed on his North American tour. We're going to be talking about that. David Bowie possibly on his way to #1, finally, for once. And Green Day may be doing a little bit of some Shakespearean shiznicks. We're going to be talking about that. But first and foremost, like we've already addressed, we will be talking about roadies and band wenches. Are you a wench?
Just a little bit.
Or are you
Just a little bit.
Or are you a merch wanker?
Only when you want me to be. It's pretty big.
So we're about to play in the spirit of Benjamin Graves and the touring he's done. We're going to play some artists. The first artist we're going to play is AC Slade. Second artist is going to be Combi Christ. Third artist is going to be Wednesday 13. Fourth artist is going to be Typo Negative. Fifth artist is going to be the AKAs. And the sixth artist is going to... Did I even count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, the sixth artist is going to be Stellar Corpses.
You guys can see the way Matt's head is tilting further and further.
You guys can't see this, but I have a computer...
Slowly tilting
I have a
more and
computer
more.
to the left.
More and more, and I'm just like... I'm pointing at it, and Ben is just laughing.
I have the computer to the left of me. I have the wireless mouse to the right of me, and I have the mixer in front of me, so I'm trying to fumble everything.
Yeah, he has a bunch of shit around.
But we're gonna get
It's a talent.
we're gonna get
He's a
into AC.
multitasker.
Gosh, you guys, we're gonna get into AC Slade's. This song is called "Nothing's Gonna Change." Now, you've been on tour with this band as well as all the other bands that we've mentioned. If not, you've been there at least when other bands have played with them to assist and whatnot. Correct?
Yes, correct.
So how did you first get into this? Because I know you love music as well as me. He actually lives like a hopscotch away from me. So we grew up throughout high school, and I always knew Ben as the person that wanted to just get out, dude. He was like, screw this place. I'm going to travel the world. And I called bull back in the day, man. And nonetheless,
Indeed you did.
before we touch that, I just want to know real quick, where have you been on tour with bands across the world?
Across the world? Let's see. I've been with AC Slade doing a whole East Coast tour with Combi Christ. I've been with Stellar Corpses. We did a West Coast tour and a little bit of the Midwest, all the way up to like Texas and Utah and all that nonsense. Wednesday 13, I've been to quite a few places all over East Coast, Midwest, West Coast. I've been to all of the UK, even Ireland, Scotland.
Nice.
With AC Slade, I might add. Been to Europe. Can't recall with who because it was all over the place with different bands.
Oh, wow.
But I've been to Europe, even to Finland. So, quite a few places. I mean, it's a lot to list.
Have you hit Asia yet?
No, I have not.
So I would probably say Asia and Africa were the only places, and Canada,
Australia, New Zealand.
and as well as South America. Those are the only places you haven't hit.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And you did this all on just being a roadie,
Just
and
being a roadie and a lover of the music.
Nice.
that's awesome, dude. Because you know what? At least he could say that he just went out and about, dude, and just traveled
Like
the
I did
world.
it.
Yeah.
Got that
So,
wanderlust.
what was your first job, and how'd you get into it
My first job ever?
as a roadie with a band?
My first job. That's a hard one. I would have to say my first legit real roadie job was with Wednesday 13. I want to say about 5 or 6 years ago.
What did you do?
Stage setup, lighting, and merch.
Nice. How'd you get on that though?
Yeah.
From previous years of following the band around and doing like little trips to go see them everywhere, they got to know me, and they just asked me one day, "Hey, you want to come out on tour?"
Right, so they approached
awesome.
you.
Basically,
That's cool.
the singer Wednesday 13 asked for my phone number from their one of their other crew members, got my number, hit me up, and just went from there.
Nice.
That is awesome, man. And from there, of course, obviously, you said yes. Was there any issues at all when you said yes?
There was a little bit of hesitation because we were actually opening up for Typo Negative, which is a big band in New York, all over the world, but it was a big leap and bound for me because we were the opening band for Typo, and we were replacing Hatebreed. So I was a little sketched out on doing the tour because that's a lot of responsibility for one of those big tours.
Yeah, and you hopped on that, not even like
in a heartbeat.
really knowing.
I didn't even know what I was going to do, really.
They're
Which
like,
was
"You're-"
really nerve-wracking considering I don't know too much about setting up and stuff at the time.
They're gonna be like, "You're gonna do the lights," and you're like, "I'm gonna do what?" And you're up there. Which button is which? Damn it.
Basically, it was a whole... It was the soundboard and then the light board, and I was like, wow, this is a lot of buttons.
You're like, "What
Wow.
does this do?" And the venue just falls down. He's like, "Oh crap! Is there a reverse button?"
The worst part was they guaranteed me to do the lights because I knew all the cues for all the songs, like the song switch up or like when they go into a guitar solo, have the lights dim and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it was pretty stressful. I was like, damn. I'm
at
like
least you-
19, 20 years old at the time, by the way.
But you knew the songs, and that's what really helped you out.
Yeah,
so
which
you were
is-
able to make it really dramatic with stuff. Huh?
Very dramatic, which is I actually got good compliments. I was like, really? Really?
They're like, "It looked amazing," and I couldn't even see the lights. I just felt them flashing behind me.
I was just like, all right, let's see.
Basically,
You know,
strobe effects all over the place.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you say that. When I was in the
It's just for
Re-Grets,
everyone.
no, not the Re-Grets. I was in Ending, and we played at Chain Reaction, and we were playing, and our singer didn't know the lyrics to this specific song,
What?
but
Oh, you did.
he did the whole Jonathan Davis thing where like you're screaming at the floor and the lyrics are right there.
Oh, I
So he
see.
was doing that, and like the song was just double bass going crazy, and the guitar was going to it and whatnot. And they started to strobe light it, and it looked amazing, but he didn't know the lyrics, so he just started screaming random stuff. He's like,
Just yelling into the mic.
yeah. Well, it was kind of cool because it was a crust band. If you don't know what crust is, it's basically like metal meets punk, with a couple of specific lyrics behind it, what they're all about. But he was like, he actually sang like the singer from Cradle. He sang like the
Mr.
singer.
Danny Filth.
Yes, Danny Filth,
that's
and
what I'm
it was
talking
like
about.
it was some weird like I remember how I got him to sing. He was at my house randomly and went like, "Yeah," and it sounded no joke like a pterodactyl, dude. I was like, what the heck was that? So I was like, I want that as my singer, man. and he came in and dude, he belted out like the gnarliest highs I've ever heard.
That's pretty bad.
The band fell.
That's a talent.
Yeah, the
That
band
really
fell
is.
apart unfortunately right before we were supposed to go on a little, not a tour, but a 1-day little thing. You are wearing a Cradle of Filth shirt.
Filth
Didn't
t-shirt.
even notice.
Just realized it.
The band fell apart when we were gonna do Mexico.
Mexico.
We were gonna go to TJ
Hello,
and
compadre.
and do a little thing, but it ended up not falling through, and that's when the band kind of fell apart. It wasn't that big of a deal, but we were upset that we weren't able to do it. But back into you.
That would have been a really fun little tour or gig because Mexico has a really big fan base for just metal music, hard rock. So
I've heard
it's a good place if you ever want to get picked up on like a lot of tours. Mexico and South America, Brazil. Oh my God, they love our music.
Have you been to Brazil?
Have I? I've been to South America with my folks, but I don't think I've been to Brazil to the best of my knowledge.
Really?
Yeah, my parents are missionaries, so they did a lot of traveling, and they would take me and my older sister. So
That's awesome. So your first gig was with Wednesday. You handled the lights and a couple of the other small things.
a little bit of stagehand work, and then mostly merch.
And then from there, what was your next gig?
I teamed up with a lot of other different bands, minor bands from like the East Coast, like Creature Feature, AKAs, just for like little gigs here and there.
Was it like here's my resume kind of thing? Since you worked with who was it again? Wednesday 13.
Yeah. Well, previous Wednesday 13 tours, they go out on tour with Pacific bands, and we all became friends. So they already knew
Pacific or specific?
Specific
Specific bands.
What was he saying earlier that he couldn't pronounce? He was like, when we were eating?
Was
What?
it the word tequila or was it something else?
Something else. He's like, and then Charisse was just like, what? What, babe? What?
No,
damn,
it was
I can't
because I
remember
said
the word.
no. I said babe, and they thought I said Ben, and I was like, I
And we
didn't
both
say
responded like,
Ben.
what?
Yeah. But
But a lot of previous bands I've seen in concert through Wednesday 13 shows or other shows knew who I was, and they knew I'm a straightforward dude. I'm not going to like steal their stuff or anything. So that's how they knew me. So doing that, I got teamed up with other bands and stuff.
and you're recognized by a couple of bands as well. So whenever you go, they're like, "Hey, dude, it's Ben Graves right there."
Mhm.
You actually got a shout out
I've
on
actually had
the
quite a few shout-outs.
no, but you got an official written shout out with the new Stellar Corpse.
Yes, with the new
CD.
Stellar Corpse album.
It straight up
Nice.
says
Yeah.
Benjamin Graves on it. And he was like, dude, and he's like right smack in the middle. And it's funny because the right above him, you notice another Graves that is there.
Mhm.
You notice Michael Graves, the ex-singer of the Misfits and still continuing his own thing. I actually heard that Gotham Road. If you don't know who Gotham Road was, that was his project, I believe, before the Misfits. Is supposedly going to be getting back together and doing some stuff. So maybe a little Arkham X Asylum and some Gotham Road, dude.
Do that.
Maybe not. Can you put that mic in front of your face?
Oh
dude?
my goodness, you can't hear me? You
No,
want it like
you gotta-
right
you gotta-
here? Hi, everyone. Hi.
You just got to put it down, dude. Put it next to you.
Put it down. That's what she said.
Oh, yeah.
Guys. So you got good reputation from traveling, being a straightforward person. Were you asking at all? Were you like, did the AKs be like, hey, dude, we're going to go on tour, we want you? Or did you go to one of their shows and you knew they were going to tour and said, hey, if you need anybody, I'm here?
Basically, that second part, yes.
Yes. Is that how did you, all right. So that's how it generally is. If you're a straightforward person, if you always go to their shows.
Just networking. Basically,
Yeah.
if you network, befriend bands, don't act like a groupie or a crazy fan. They'll talk to you, you get to know them, and you get to know little things here and there. And
Treat them like a human, because that's all they want to be
build
treated.
a relationship
Cool,
with
don't
these
be a
guys.
creep, basically.
Yeah, if you're that dude coming over like,
oh my god, you're so
sign
awesome.
my
Like,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh my god, I want to do this with you. It's like,
Nah,
they're
dude.
like, whoa, get off my nuts.
I'll suck your dick. I got these cheeseburgers, man. They're like, we want him on tour with us.
We gotta
'cause
bring
he'll
this
suck
guy
our
out.
dicks. So how did you get your first European tour?
What was it? Some years back, I want to say it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I went out to see Wednesday 13 on the East Coast to visit some friends and catch a bunch of Wednesday 13 shows. And I guess AC Slade found out I was going to be out there, so I ended up doing a tour with him. So we did New York all the way down to Carolina, North Carolina, by the way. And then 3 months later, he knew he was
Not
going...
South. Fuck that pussy-ass place. No, I'm joking.
Hey, South Carolina's a little sketchy in some parts.
Oh,
like
man.
most states, but South Carolina's a little
Little
out
bit
there.
more sketchy?
Yes, I got some weird stories.
All right, dude. Whatever stories you want to say, you go ahead and say them.
But, well, I'm going to continue with the story first.
All right.
But, so I did a little tour with AC Slade, and I guess he enjoyed my company. We all clicked, me and the band, everybody. So 3 months later, he had a tour booked for the UK, and he's just straight up asked me over a text. He's like, "Do you like fish and chips?" And I'm sitting there thinking, like, no, but I guess I'll say yes because I'm not too hip on fish and chips. He's like, "You want to come to the UK?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah!"
Imagine if you would have said no, you would have been fucked. You'd have been like, screw this guy, because he didn't like fish and chips.
No, I think he had it set in his mind that he wanted to take me out.
Well, you better get used to it because you're going to go on UK tour.
So I was really stoked. I already had my passport from a previous European tour. I went on, I did some... Well, I didn't do it, but I attended a festival in Finland. And so I was already set and go. I just had to buy a plane ticket there and back, and it was good.
Now,
Nice.
when you go on tour with
And it
them,
was cheap, too, surprisingly. I was like, wow.
how much do you get paid? How much do you usually come back with? And what are the living, the rooming and dining situations for you when you go on a tour normally?
Well, the money varies from different bands. Some bands pay more. Some bands tell you straight up they're going to give you an X amount of money. So it really does depend. Some bands, I mean, they pay you in food and drink and room and board, so you don't really get paid. It's more you get tips and experience. So it kind of varies. I mean, it's kind of a hard subject to categorize when it comes to the money. But when it comes to the living situation, like with certain bands, we don't like hotel rooms, so we'll just room with a bunch of...
I heard you guys. Do you guys get fans and like, or something like that, or like a band, and you're like, "Hey, let's stay at your house" or something like that?
We get a lot of that, which is awesome because they cook us food.
Oh, really?
I mean, they actually have real beds. We don't have to sleep in couches most of the time.
Cool.
So there's a lot of good situations like that, which is I'm totally okay with. It's a money saver on tour.
Before they dine, dude, they bust a little Alice in Wonderland. They go, and cabbages and kings. Oh, you don't remember that part?
Can't say I recall that.
Oh, come on, dude. That was the Walrus and the Carpenter.
I remember the song, but I don't remember that.
Dude, that's like
Those
the very
lyrics.
end of it. I don't know what the heck it is. I felt like I was right. I like to believe
Maybe
I
you're
was
right, maybe you're wrong. I'm sure we'll look it up later.
So there's I want to give a shout out to Stellar Corpses real quick.
My boys.
All I want to say is Fast Pass. All right, let's continue on.
Fast Pass!
They know exactly what I'm talking about. We're actually going to play them in about 30 seconds. And
I really do love those guys. They've done a lot for me. And
those guys are amazing, man.
just good guys all around, all of them.
They didn't need to get me in for free at any of the shows that I've gone to. And because I'm with Ben, not only do I get in, they always love to stick around. We actually got to dine with the singer. And they're down-to-earth guys. I kind of got a little starstruck.
Where did we go? Did we go to the Rainbow?
We went to Viper Room.
Oh, yeah, we went to the Viper
Ooh,
Room.
don't get any drinks from anyone there. Viber Room.
Why?
Because that place is like Sketch City.
Naughty experiences?
Yes,
Ooh.
Sketch City.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got drinks that... no, they're like, in order to sit down in a booth, you need to buy a drink.
We weren't even allowed to sell merch unless we had an open tab. And I was like,
What?
the fuck?
That's
Mind my
ridiculous.
language.
Well, you can't make any money if
Basically,
we
they're
can't.
the ones
No,
missing.
but I went out on a limb, and I went ahead and I got like, they're like 2 drinks. I was like, okay. So I got 2 Red Bull and vodkas and went ahead and did it. And we chilled with the band. We're actually playing them right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn them up for a quick second. This is Vampire Kiss. Yeah, dude, that's Vampire Kiss. You know what? Stellar Court, like I said, they were really nice guys. They went ahead and they handled everything that we needed when we went to go see them. They were amazing people. And I got to see Hunter there, and as everybody knows, if you listen to the Re-Grets, a Regretful Guide on Music and Bands, AFI is one of my favorite bands. So nonetheless, they marked off number 2
Hunter
of
also
me
appeared
meeting.
in the video as well. By the way.
He did in Vampire Kiss.
He was a vampire.
I got to meet Hunter, and it was awesome, dude. I accidentally went all starstruck. I was like, oh my God, Hunter. Tried to talk to him, and it was just...
he wasn't feeling it.
No, not at all.
He just wanted to... Yeah. He just wanted to do his thing and bounce out.
Yeah.
That was the vibe I got.
If I would have just been a little bit more chill, but it's so hard. Especially when it's like your favorite band, man. I was just like,
here's my tattoo, and I got this, and I like this, and I have
and I
all
went
this
to go
stuff.
see you, and you didn't say hi. Like, it was
You
bad.
don't remember me?
I see 1,000 kids a day.
Yeah, it was bad. I felt bad, but nonetheless, it was amazing meeting them, and I can't thank Stellar Corpses enough. They didn't plan it out or anything, but they were like, oh, Hunter's right back there, and he waved. I was like, oh my God, it's Hunter!
He really did. We were sitting at the merch, and all of a sudden his eyes became like a possum, all huge, caught in the headlights of a car, and he's like, oh my God! And I was like...
Pupils were dilated.
I think Matt is totally in his element right now.
Yeah, completely messed up on that. But nonetheless, you know what? Stellar Corpses, thank you so much, you guys. You guys have been probably one of the chillest bands I've ever met. Not high-headed at all. They're all about having a good time playing their music and doing what they do best, and that's just continuing to spread that joy that they do when they play music. We're actually going to go back into our playlist that I've been playing in the background. Just a heads up, the first song, and we're about to play it right now, is Nothing's Gonna Change by AC Slade. The second song that's coming up next is Throat Full of Glass by Combi Christ. Then we have Put Your Death Mask On by Wednesday 13, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend by Typo Negative, Dead Flowers Forever by the AKAs, and that last one was Vampire Kiss by Stellar Corpses. So if you want to check any of those bands out, by all means, dude, hit them up. Tell them where you heard it. You heard it on the Re-Grets, a Regretful Guide on Music and Bands. And remember, don't forget to check out Under City Chaos in the Mind of the Comic Comer. That is every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. If you want to come in and talk with us, we're going to go ahead and be recording from 3 to 5 at Under City Comics. So if you ever want to come in, you go ahead and head in on Wednesday. And then we have Flick Dick's Loving and Hating Movies, as well as everything in between. But unfortunately, we haven't been able to record that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with that. But we will eventually get back into that. Don't worry, it is not dead. Follow us on YouTube with Rat House Productions, as well as Facebook.com/Rat House Productions. That's RATTHAUSPRODUCTIONS. I could still hear you chewing, dude. So can everybody else. Why would you?
I have to give a shout out to Bianca for the lovely chips.
That is the
delicious.
Why is it the one thing
crunchy
that
goodness.
crunches you insist on getting?
It's like heaven
You
in my
do.
mouth.
Why is it only on the show you do the stupidest things,
This is why all the fans
Because
love
I
Bianca.
can, and I will.
dude? Like everything, man, everything. Remember, Ben actually hit me up and he was like, hey, dude, why does Bianca always mess up on the show, man? Like when
She fumbles the ball, not so much messes up, just fumbles a little bit.
like you closed Rhapsody. No, I didn't. I got it. You did. And he started cracking up, and he's like, I can imagine Matt like pointing at the screen, and
Just
I was
calling
like,
you
I
out
did.
on everything.
Oh yeah, totally.
This is the only time I ever yell at her. I kid you not. Like anything else we do, it's fun, laugh, joking, and games. But when it comes to the Re-Grets, a Regretful Guide on Music and Bands, I always yell at her, dude. This is the only time I do.
Bianca, why can't you do my bad. Fix it. Hey, it's okay because Ben didn't complain when I brought him some chips.
No, I did not.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
actually
all I heard
very
was
thankful.
Crunch.
He joined in on it.
Crunch.
Joining in on the food festivity over here.
Woo! So, do they usually pay for your food? Since we're talking about food,
Who?
the bands.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bianca. I was like, yeah, I guess. She did bring me chips, you know. Yes, everything is covered under the band.
That's awesome, dude. What's the best thing you've ever eaten on tour?
Oh, the best thing I've ever eaten on tour. Ooh. I would say when I was in the UK, we had this all-you-can-eat buffet, and it was like UK food. I can't recall what it was called, but it was just some of the best food ever. It was like curry, some smoked meat, some kebab. I mean, it was just a lot of food.
Okay.
And it was the venue's recommendation because they gave us food passes or food vouchers, yeah, and they're like, go down the street over here, turn left, go through like Harry Potter World, and then you're at this restaurant. And I was like, I'm down. This is an adventure for food.
So, without throwing anybody under the bus, can we have the worst story and the best story you've had?
The worst story and the best story. Well, I got two worst stories, and then I'll give you
the same.
The two worst stories in a nutshell was basically
I want juicy details, dude.
We were in a hotel room, and it was a good night of music, a lot of drinking. There was a lot of excess other things going on, so we retired for the night. And some of us happened to bring ladies to the room, and we realized we only had rooms for double occupancy. So it's two full-size beds, which is there's like 8 people to a room, so you can imagine what the bed situation was. So let's put it this way. It was me and 2 other people, and the 2 other people were having sex. So on the bed, same bed next to me. I felt him, I felt her. There was a lot of moaning and groaning, and then
I felt everything.
Somebody else in the room was having sex on the floor, which was really awkward because it was like moans here, moans over there, and it was like snoring from one corner. It was like, what the hell's going on? So it was a very restless night for me because I had to hear that for fucking God knows how long.
I would have totally just put some earbuds.
I would have laughed if he would.
What's funny is we had a bunch of like earbud things, yeah.
Hear them? Damn, they must have been loud.
No joke. That night they disappeared. Somebody took them all because each band member always puts them on to keep their ears nice and clean before going on because you know how loud it is on stage, and they disappeared that night. So it was like, what happened?
I think the story would have been better if Ben would have been like, and when I was sleeping, I just felt a hand go up my leg. The problem was it was really masculine.
No, I made sure that I had my own blanket that I kind of wrapped myself in a burrito, so she couldn't intentionally touch me because you know how girls are very all over the place with their hands, and I'm just like, don't play with my hair. When I used to have long hair.
You're like, that's me. No. Oh, sorry. So that's the first. What's the second?
The second story was, as you know, backstage there's always a lot of groupies, and there's girls willing to do whatever it takes to be around the band, with the band, drink, the whole 9 yards. And I'm not going to say names or who was doing what, but
don't worry, we don't mind.
There was a mini orgy going on in the other room, and the whole tour we referred to it as meowing kittens because the girls sound like meowing kittens, like meow. And all of us being older gentlemen, we're all leaning against the door like little kids, like, what's that? What are they doing? What do you think she's doing?
Oh, wow.
And these girls
narrating it.
Basically, we were narrating it, and it was just outrageously loud, and we all knew what was going on.
Wow, meowing kittens.
And it was like,
that's
wow.
That's a new saying, dude. We're gonna be like, hey, Bianca, were you meowing kittens last night? Yeah, dude, I was meowing kittens.
And then this certain gentleman comes out all proud, just achievement accomplished. And
even though he was only in there for 2 minutes.
No, it was a good amount of time because he had to do his thing with all these girls, which is, I'm not going to throw out how many numbers, but it was quite a few girls. And these girls had no shame. Door opens and they're all naked and just doing their thing. And
waving.
I'm just like, wow, this is very surreal right now. This is Motley Crue moment right now.
Nice.
So that was the other horror story, is being around meowing kittens all tour.
Meowing kittens.
All right.
That's the new say, dude. Meowing kittens. So then, what is the best?
The best story?
Or best experience?
I thought I already told you guys my best stories.
I thought the orgy was the best thing.
Those stories were all about me, my life experiences, my accomplishments, my goal.
That's actually Ben every single day. He's like, I always come out to meowing
Everything
kittens.
I've strived for.
Ben goes to his room and said but meowing kittens.
Okay, my best story, I can throw out names for this one because it's really cool, is I went out with Stellar Corpses, and we had a day off, and we went to Vegas. That alone says a lot. Vegas. So we ended up staying at the brand new Cosmopolitan Hotel in Vegas, and if anyone knows Vegas, that is the most hippest hotel room to stay
My
in.
fiance loves, she said she went to a
Speaking of
suite there,
Vegas.
and it was just, oh my gosh.
We ended up getting a suite which had hot tubs, showers. This thing was like a house. We literally were staying in a house. Or at least that's what I felt it was.
That's awesome.
And we went to the best Vegas Circus Olay show. It was Viva La Elvis, which was insane. We were front row and center, and I mean, it has live performers, live band. Like, it was just amazing. Even the band acknowledged us, knowing that we were someone big. So they were giving us kudos from the stage, like, you guys played music? And we're like, yep. And then they're like throwing hand signs at us the whole time. And we're like, hell yeah.
So
We look like rock stars just chilling front row. Even everyone else is looking at us like,
who
who
are
the
they?
hell are these handsome devils?
So the singer Dusty, he very
Mr.
much
Dusty Graves.
Mr. Dusty is his last Graves as well?
His last name is Graves.
Dusty Graves. He
Actually, it's just Grave. Dusty Grave.
Dusty. Oh, I got a call in the middle of our podcast.
Dun, dun.
Womp. Oh, you're fucking up, Matt.
I
You're
am.
fucking up.
I am. I forgot.
Let's
to
criticize you now, Matt. Hey,
Yeah, what the hell?
I did put it on. I forgot. To
if
put it
only
on
y'all can
airplane
see this
mode.
right now, it's just disgrace.
I did forget to put it on airplane mode. My apologies. That was my fault. But
All hell just broke loose.
yeah, and I always tell Bianca to make sure her phone's in airplane mode. I know an episode or two ago, she was just running all around, and I had to handle all the stuff myself, which kind of sucked. But I apologize.
Podcast.
2 minutes. Oh my goodness. I went to go open the door.
That was my fault and nobody else's fault but mine right now. I apologize. So back into it. Dusty Graves. He looks Dusty Grave. He looks very rockabilly-ish. Like I don't. Can we say if he not bleaches, dyes his hair or not? Can we announce that?
That's for you to decide.
Okay. Well, let's just say this: got some perfect jet black hair. And one of the most prettiest pomps I've ever seen in my life. And he does
He
it
is one
clean.
handsome devil.
He is.
Him and I, we make it very clear that, well, I make it very clear he's a handsome devil.
So who's the big spoon and who's the little spoon?
Well, it depends on what day of the week it is.
Nice.
It depends on who wants to be warmer or not.
Oh, that's freaking hilarious. We're going to go ahead and I want to play Stellar Corpses. We're going to skip my girlfriend's girlfriend. We're about a third into it. We're going to skip over Dead Flowers Forever by the AKs, and we're going to play Vampire Kiss. So what would you suggest to someone that wants to get into this?
Get into what exactly?
Being a roadie or merch wench?
Merch wench.
Sorry.
I just picture the worst person sitting there trying to sell
Hey,
merch.
come here, my pretty. I have
you
a
want to buy
t-shirt for you to buy.
The Wicked Witch of the West. dude.
Basically, the most haggard woman ever trying to
Yeah.
sell you bomb merch. Best way to get into it, either knowing somebody that's willing to give you the time of day to get you into the biz, whether it's a friend of the band, or just do what I did, just befriend and link yourself up with a bunch of people. It's really easy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to do it with AFI, not sex. but
Are you sure? The look on your face right now.
I wanted to
makes me
do it with
think otherwise.
AFI.
I
Shush.
so want to do Day.
Shush.
Hey Hunter, what's
But
up?
shush. So, but no, I wanted to be a merch for AFI and help them set up and stuff. I probably had my opportunity when I talked to Smith. That's Jade's brother and also their tour manager. So, but my opportunity was shined over by the band playing, so he had to run off. We were like mid-conversation. He was a really cool guy. I was wearing a Phil's shirt. He was wearing a Phil's shirt. And he was like, hey, like your shirt. And I was like, hey, you too. And we started laughing, dude. And we were just chilling there and we were talking for a little bit. And he was like, oh, dude, I got to go right now. I was like, hey, can you get me Pit? He's like, I can. Just meet me back here in 10 minutes. And
never came back.
Yeah, I never came back.
He's like, that little kid fell for it.
Basically.
Sucker.
I ended up just going back to my seat. I was like, dang it. But nonetheless, it was still cool at least to be able to talk to him and have him be recognized. So I think that's the other cool things that you, in order to get into bands, don't just know the bands, know everybody that's affiliated with the bands, because then it becomes more than just you being a fan. It becomes a family.
Yep, it really does. Because, I mean, you're around these people at all times, so they have to know that you're trustworthy, you're not obnoxious, rude, just everything else in between.
Yeah, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get into this, dude. And that's, I mean, you've seen other big bands being with these bands. Can I recall maybe you being with Slipknot backstage at one point?
Nice.
Yes.
What other big bands have that? You obviously have been with Tiger Army, and you were there when Jade ended up playing guitar.
I was around all those guys, yeah.
They ended up playing guitar for Jade from AFI played guitar for Tiger Army the same night that Stellar Corpses was playing.
I was very shocked because I was like, is that fool from AFI? And I was like, it is.
And I think Ben actually offered me that day too. He was like, do you want to help? Oh, do you want to help out with Stellar Corpses? Yeah. And I missed out. And he was like, yeah, I know.
It was like a perfect opportunity because we needed some help, and like this was a big ass show, so it was like I need some assistance.
Fucking up.
So
let me know when you guys have that. I'm down. Shit,
I'll hit you up.
Yeah,
you know your shit probably more than I do.
So Stellar Corpses, thank you for all your good times with everybody, and you know what? Thank you, Ben, for coming on, explaining everything, all the good times, all the bad times, what are the pros, what are the cons, and everything. We appreciate it because that's something definitely Bianca and I can't do because we're usually the band and the merch people.
Yeah, we are the roadies. We are the band. I am the merch wench. You guys want T-shirts?
Well, if you guys ever want to drag me out anywhere, I'll go with you guys.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this week's news shows. We're going to cover all the punk rock ones in the SoCal area from March 16th all the way to March 30th. Can you please, Bianca, take it away? Just the headliners. Unfortunately, we love and support the lower bands, but the fact of the matter
early.
Is, yeah, go early and support your local scene.
Support your scene.
All right, go ahead and have a way.
Alrighty, today, Saturday, March, we have Swing Utters with Scene Wheeler in Long Beach at Alex's Bar. We have Wrong Beach in the Idiots with who else? The Immortals in La Habra at the 300 Bowl. The Addicts are playing today.
Yes. I kind of wanted to go to Wrong Beach today just because it's at the 300 Bowl in La Habra.
No, you should go to my show tonight. Hey, you guys have a show tonight. Yeah, and it's a free show at a, what is it? At a art walk in La Puente.
La Puente.
Okay, the Addicts are playing at the House of Blues in Anaheim. Tomorrow they're playing at the House of Blues in... Oh, wait, I have that mixed up. They're playing at the House of Blues in Hollywood today. Tomorrow they're playing in Anaheim. Swinging Utters are playing at the Echoplex in Los Angeles on Sunday as well. Anti-Flag is playing on Monday at the Troubadour. They're playing on Tuesday again at the Troubadour.
You missed the specials, dude.
No, I didn't. Anti-Flag, and I'm going to the specials.
Why would you go from Anti-Flag to the specials?
Oh, I see what you're saying. My bad. Okay.
Specials, March 18th at the Troubadour.
Another lash of the whip. I felt that one from over here.
And the specials are playing on Wednesday, the 20th, at the Fox Theater in Pomona.
I love that venue.
Fiddler is playing at the Echoplex on Wednesday as well. Shattered Faith and Smogtown are playing at the Tiki Bar in Costa Mesa on Friday the 22nd.
I want to go to that one.
Okay.
I want to go to the next one too. I really
radioactive chicken heads.
Honestly, I gotta play Tartar Control because this was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And they're playing at Giovanni's Pizza in Fulton.
Hold on, before we continue, we need to play Tartar Control.
Pizza joint.
They were, oh my gosh.
Hey, we played at D Piazza's, and that's a pizza joint. They had really good pizza there, too.
I always forget that bands play at pizza joints and stuff. Not getting all high and mighty, but I'm used to venues.
I'm used to playing venues, you know.
Concert halls, stadiums and stuff, you know.
Hush, we get the maximum occupation, you know.
Our guest list is like 45 people.
All right, I want to play Tartar Control for a quick minute. Go ahead and check this out.
Hello, my name's Robert.
I'm Sean.
And this is our robot. Good morning. We're here to spread the good news.
With songs.
And hugs.
But most importantly...
with Jesus.
Hit it, robot!
Alright, you guys, that is Tartar Control. I was like, wow, man. Like, they dressed up all nerdy and stuff, but they ended up belting out this whole song called Jesus Love. Check out the music video. It is freaking hilarious. This band is hilarious. They, no joke, they have a robot as their drummer and their bassist.
What do you mean a robot?
It's a guitarist and a singer, and they have Robot, which is their drummer and bassist, and it's like pre-programmed stuff, dude.
Drum machines have no soul. Like
no, dude, honestly, this...
No joke on that.
This is the funniest thing. It's not supposed to be like they can't get anybody. This is just like their background story. It's freaking hilarious, man. I highly suggest going to check them out. Where are they playing at again?
They're playing at the 300 Bowl in La Habra.
That's Tartar Control?
Uh-huh. Oh, wait. Tartar Control. No, they're playing at Giovanni's Pizza. I'm sorry. In Fullerton.
Pues, there she goes again.
Pues, shut your mouth. Okay.
All right, let's continue on.
Tiger Army's playing at on the 23rd at the Ventura Theater. They're playing with Old Man Marky. I've never heard of them.
Old Man Mankey or whatever it is.
I have to give a shout out to Tiger Army. Stellar Corpses is actually doing a show with them.
That's the same show we're talking about in San Diego.
Yes, they're doing the show in San Diego. So hopefully I'll see some of your familiar faces.
And then on the 30th of this month, Dr. Bob's Nightmare with the Infected.
Yep, we need to go see.
Wait,
no,
that's
infected.
Oh.
That's not the infected.
I was like, wait, is this Rob's band?
No, that is not them, unfortunately. I kind of want to go see just because there's a band called the Tall Cans.
The Tall Cans.
I thought that'd be and Teenage Sex. So let's go ahead.
Such awesome band names people come up with these days.
I know, so talented, aren't they?
Let's call ourselves the PMSers. Yeah.
All right, let's get into some news this week. Poor Lil Wayne is in the hospital. Lil Wayne was hospitalized. Apparently, he wasn't feeling good when he was doing a video with Nicki Minaj.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
I know, dude. He went to the hospital, and they let him out the next day, and then that same day, his bodyguard found him on the floor, and he wasn't feeling good. I guess he suffered from a seizure, and they had to take him back. And then TMZ.
When you're around Nicki Minaj enough, it tends to happen. Just throwing it out there. It was probably Nicki Minaj. He knew he had to be around her, so he's like, "Oh God, I'm sick."
So it's the whole Mariah Carey kind of thing. Like, I can't stand being around her.
Can't be around Mariah Carey either. It's like a curse.
But so from there, they took him back, and supposedly TMZ tried to claim that he was in an induced coma.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's.
I thought that's kind of messed up, dude. How are you gonna go out there and just say "Hey, dude, he's in an induced coma"? If you're gonna give news, dude, give news. Give some facts.
Well, that's the thing about the music industry is a lot of people keep shit under wraps and stuff. Look at Kurt Cobain when he was in Europe. He actually tried to commit suicide, and yet everyone said that he... what happened? He either got sick or something?
Yeah.
But obviously he was trying to commit suicide in Europe, but they covered it up saying something else happened. So It's like that in the music biz.
That's kind of sad, but that's what TMZ was trying to say. But nonetheless, he tweeted no less. I mean, it was today, I believe. He tweeted that, dude, I'm okay, you guys. Thank you for the prayers, and that's it. So
we're supposed to believe he said it like that.
We all know
what
it said on Twitter.
We all know his slang is like.
Actually, he never that's the one thing I like.
What?
He doesn't say what. That's like DMX, you guys. What? But
Little John.
What?
Yeah, that's
Wrong group of black guys.
Yeah, why am I even doing a show with you guys right now if you can't even be accurate?
He does say what? He's like, what?
No, he doesn't.
I've seen interviews. I've seen his documentary.
Oh, gosh. But Lil Wayne, nonetheless,
Behind
he does not... I love that he does not text in slang.
He uses proper American
He uses proper
language.
English, yes. Like I remember I got a message from someone like, what diz up, yo? What, you kick it or what? And it wasn't WHAT. It was WAT and DIS.
I hate text.
That's a fail.
What the fuck?
Yeah, or remember back in the day, when people used to do little letter, big letter, little letter, big letter, little letter, big letter, and
No, I do not recall that.
But nonetheless, they do say that he is okay and well. He's actually 30. I didn't even know he was 30. I thought he was older. He is due to drop "I'm Not a Human Being" #2, which is his 10th album, and that's going to be March 26th. I don't know. It might be a little bit of a publicity thing. I'm not quite sure. But nonetheless, I mean, in order to go to the hospital, that's something at least. You know what I mean? You can't really go to... Unless you, got, the poops and you're trying to hide it. And you're like, I'm going to just go to the hospital, man.
Conceal my pooping problem.
This will work.
Don't tell anyone, Bianca. Pooping problem.
But, I wish Lil Wayne for a speedy recovery. You know what?
God rest his soul.
Already? R.I.P.
Yeah.
But, he's got some good songs. He's got some okay songs. And he's like any other artist, he has some bad songs. I remember when I used to really listen to Lil Wayne, Ben and I were listening to it, and there's a part where he goes...
Torturing me.
There's a part where he goes... don't mess with Wayne, because when it wanes, it pours. And he was like, did he just say when it wanes, it pours? And we started cracking up so hard, so when it started raining, we would text each other and randomly be like, when it wanes, it pours.
Any sight of water falling down, when it wanes, it pours.
And we would just crack up.
Sprinkler systems.
But I'm going to bump this for a quick minute. And I say I ain't doubt you for a second. I squeeze it and I could tell how it feels. I wish we could take off and go anywhere but here, baby, you know the deal. And she bad, so maybe she won't. But shit, then again, maybe she will. Maybe I should be a rapper. I think I sounded dead on with Lil Wayne. I mean, with Drake right now.
Are we listening to Drake?
We're not listening to... Well, we're listening to Lil Wayne featuring Drake, which is She Will. But let's get into our next story. Actually, no, we can't even get into our next story because we have to get into our next shows. So, Bianca, you want to go ahead and take it away? This is all for... This is all for Chain Reaction.
Okay, this is the hip-hop section. The Free Mind Tour is playing.
Sage 1 and Organized Threat.
Yeah, that one starts at 7 p.m. March 17th. This is a hardcore...
Get that mic in your face, dude.
It is in my face.
It is in her face.
Damn.
Watch when you hear the recording. She's gonna be like, he's right. Damn
okay.
it.
She's multitasking.
Okay.
There you go.
She has to see the screen.
Yeah, I can't see, man. I need more... Anyways, okay, this is a hardcore. They're playing... Oh, this is March 17th as well. Goliath and... What is it?
It's hard to pronounce.
Yeah. Arether.
A-E...
Oh, we got some Jesus music over here.
Gospel
7 p.m.
music.
Gospel.
Christian music.
Praise the
Monday.
Lord. Jesus. All right.
Jesus.
The City Church is playing with 2 services at 9 and 11 a.m. They're doing services at the Chain Reaction now?
They
What?
do that to make some money.
Oh, wow. Someone's getting desperate.
Well, I'm not saying it's horrible, but that's weird because I've been going to Chain Reaction since the mid '90s.
But you have to understand, was back in that day, at least they played punk, thrash, grindcore. It didn't matter what it is. Now
shit used to get grind in there. I mean, there was riots that would ensue at some of those shows I went to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this even a venue?
Now they don't do that anymore. They specifically do like screamo, hip hop, and pop punk, and that's it. Rarely ever
Basically.
hardcore shows.
Yeah.
I remember when Wednesday played there. There was like,
Trapped
what are
Under
we doing
Ice is
here?
playing March 20th. Ooh, that's like, and Soul Search. I saw them at Armageddon. They were pretty good. They're
Yeah.
very traditional, like, you know.
Soul Search?
Yeah, not traditional hardcore in the sense of like agnostic front. They're like,
I don't really consider that traditional.
I think so.
I consider more like Media Blitz or Rotting Out. I'll consider Rotting Out traditional hardcore. What?
Okay, no,
They're not
then,
thrash.
Okay, it's like
I'm gonna be
hardcore from
quiet 'cause
like.
I don't know anything.
I'm just gonna stand
I'm
here.
just gonna
and-
view and
I just
listen.
it's
No,
my stapler.
I think
and-
I
and
consider
my stapler.
traditional hardcore as like that East Coast hardcore where they're like, "Meh, meh, meh," like you know, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
That's what I.
I don't consider that traditional at all. That's traditional bullshit.
But anyways, back to it. Starts at 7. Who else?
Some screamo. Enter Shittucker. I even said that wrong. This enter.
Screamo. That's March 21st.
And
Oh, the same band. They're playing on the 22nd as
Ew,
well.
a double dose.
Pop punk. What's Eating Gilbert? Woo! That is on Sunday, March 24th.
Newfound Glory, March 28th and 30th, but we don't know how to get into the show, so if you can figure it out, dude, hit us up. And then the very last one.
Oh, this is the third part? Wow. Indie, The Millionaires.
Oh God, they made my ears bleed.
Do you guys
when I
remember
saw
The
them.
Millionaires?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Dude, there was some song they had. It's called Alcohol. They're like, give me that alcohol. Let's get fucked up.
Or we just got paid.
ALCOHOL. It's freaking. I'm going to play it.
Really? I don't remember.
Oh, dude, I started laughing so hard when I heard this.
I thought it was a joke. I was like, "Are these girls for real?"
Yeah,
and then
and then-
Jeffree Star comes on. I'm like, "What the hell is?"
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
"What the hell is going on?"
You know it goes to shit when Jeffree Star shows up.
Mind you,
guys
this
are
was at Chain
mean.
Reaction too, so it says a lot about the venue.
Wait, Chain Reaction had Jeffree Star there?
Yes, he did a CD release there,
yeah.
and it was it was horrifying. I don't even know why I was there, but I was. Oh, it was because I had a bunch of friends that were on that tour, and they were the opening band or something.
All right, dude, we're going to play.
Fucking millionaire.
Oh, gosh. We're going to play this song. I kid you not. I regret to inform you this song is called Fuck Me Eyes.
Oh my Jesus.
Keep it poppin'. It's time to do my Dougie Friday night. Me and my girls getting faded, right? Fuck it, I won't lie. I kinda wanna get laid tonight. Chillin' at the bar, see-through top with a neon bra. Grillin' Mr. Right, cute guy over there with the fuck me eyes. Hey, dirty boy, you're looking hot, hot, hot. Let's take a ride, I'll take the top.
That is. I don't know what to say, man. If that's what music is today, I don't want to do this podcast anymore, you guys.
Right?
Oh, that is freaking hilarious.
Part of my soul just died.
Died.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into our next story. Morrissey. What is going on, man? I love you, dude. You are awesome. You
But
did
you're
the
fucking
Smiths.
up.
Yeah, man, you are messing up hardcore. Apparently, the former singer of the Smiths, was actually diagnosed with what is that? Double. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Double pneumonia while being in San Francisco last week.
How can you get double pneumonia?
I have no clue.
I've had pneumonia. And it's the worst thing ever.
Is it? So
Yeah,
he
I literally almost died in New York.
He canceled all his gigs from March 9th. He pulled them all last second. He tried to do everything that he could, but man, apparently he's not messing up. His body's messing up, man.
You cannot
Maybe like
function
60
at all.
Like, you... Yeah, he's not... I think he's pushing older than 60, don't you think? Well,
It's
think
pretty
about
good
it.
for his age.
Well, no, let's see. The Smiths were what, the 80s?
Yes.
The Smiths were the 80s. I'd call, 25 singing? 25 years old? Just a guesstimate.
Was he a little older? Because he was born in the 50s, wasn't he?
I don't know, dude.
I'll
say 30. I'll agree with 30.
To all the people listening, I'm probably way off,
Yeah,
but I
but-
want to say he was in his 30s.
I'll
already.
agree with 30s for the Smiths. So then what? 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010. Yeah, dude.
Yes.
60.
Pushing 60.
I'd say 60. I could agree with that number. What do you think, Bianca?
Yeah, she did call
I can't
it.
hear you because you're
Well,
not
I said
speaking
it.
into the mic. But yeah, he canceled it. You know, a statement from his manager read, despite his efforts to try and continue touring, Morrissey has taken a hiatus and will not be able to continue on the rest of his tour. Morrissey thanks all of his fans and their well wishes and thoughts. Do you think you get refunded tickets for that?
Of course you do. Or they just push. If you have the
Unless
ticket
you're-
for another show in the future,
Unless
can
you
use
bought
that.
a ticket from Steve Smith, no.
Then everything is a fail in your life.
That was kind of mean, but kind of honest at the same exact time. I want to go ahead and I want to get into this next song. I love Irish Blood, English Heart, but I want to get into Jack the Ripper. That was one of my favorite songs. He actually did this song for the From Hell soundtrack.
Was it From Hell?
Yes,
I want to say, yeah.
it was a really good song. It's called Jack the Ripper. And nonetheless,
It was, yeah, it was.
AFI actually does a cover of the song as well.
Oh, I think I've heard that.
Oh, you look so tired. I was like, dang. With Davey singing it, Davey could sing some lyrics. We've already said it
Well, you just kind
several
of sound like a
times.
moan. Meowing kitten.
Meowing kitten.
If I catch your show, I'm just gonna yell out weird things, and you're gonna fuck up while playing, throw you off.
He's just gonna
Fuck you, Benjamin!
Talking to the mic.
gonna
Trying to find a mic.
Give me a fucking mic.
I want to yell at that guy in the crowd. I know him.
Yeah, but you know what? Apparently, he's been struggling with health issues since January. You know, so he tried to get as much as he could for the date. Supposedly, this was supposed to be his last tour. Maybe we kind
Not
of
anymore.
Yeah, it was his last tour now. But you know, he's been talking about trying to retire, and maybe this is the reason why he's been trying to, and he just doesn't want to say, "Hey, I'm sick." Maybe it's the whole funny people Adam Sandler stuff where he's like, "Dude, I'm sick," and like Seth Rogen's like, "You're not sick," and he's like,
Call
"I
his
am.
bluff.
I just didn't want to tell everybody." I'm freaking sick. I don't want a sympathy factor. Like I'm.
A lot of
freaking
people
dying.
do that these days, so I wouldn't doubt it's some reason like that.
Yeah, you know what? I liked Morrissey a lot. All
They're
his
a good
stuff,
band.
all
I would
his
like to see
stuff
them.
from the Smith, especially from the Smiths. I've enjoyed a lot of beautiful music from the Smiths, and then from him going into Morrissey. I remember when I was about 9 years old, maybe even younger. I went to my cousin's house in Tennessee, and he had the Smiths. I think it was like Bono Drag or something like that, or like here, let me check it real quick. It was really great CD from Morrissey. I think it was his first one as him going solo. I could be wrong on that, but the
So
album.
don't quote him on it.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. Yeah, it was Bono Drag, and it had the most infamous song that a lot of people know, November Spot a Monster. Had a Ouija board, had Interesting Drug, all amazing good songs.
They were
But
all pretty good songs.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you know, I listened to that at a young age, and I didn't realize what I was listening to or who I was listening to. And later on, when I started hearing the Smiths and got reintroduced,
It clicked in your head later on.
it was like
it's
I was
that
like,
guy.
I remember this. And I tell my cousin all the time, I was like, do you remember this? And he was like, how do you remember that, man? He's like, I remember I was looking for my Morrissey CD and I couldn't find it. And I found it in your CD player. This is back in the day when we
Dun,
had
dun, dun.
the Walkman CD player. You remember that?
Of course I do.
And you had to walk around holding it.
I went through like literally 12 of those Walkman shindigs
Those are the good old times, man. But,
before the CD days.
I hope Morrissey does get a speedy recovery because nonetheless, I want to see him play
Best
at
of
least
luck to
one
him.
last time, dude. Really, you don't want to see Morrissey?
No, I like Morrissey, but I think he's gonna be like, well,
You think
I'm
he's gonna
done.
croak?
yeah, like
Later
no,
days,
he's
you
gonna
guys.
croak. I think he's just gonna be like, well, I'm done. See you guys later. It's been nice.
It's been a good run.
But you know what? He could kind of do it too. That's the sad thing. He could just be like, "All right, well, see you later, you guys."
Well,
All right, let's get into some shows again.
Let's see. We have this. Oh, this is at the observatory.
This is both the side room and the main.
I gotta
observatory.
ask, why did they change the name?
I don't know.
It's different owners.
That's why.
It's different owners.
I even went there when it used to be a dance club at one point. Did you know that?
That was between the time of it being this, huh?
Yeah, it was a dance club, and I was like, wait, I've been here for shows, and then it became the observatory after it was, what,
It wasn't Glass
the
House.
Galaxy. It was the Galaxy, yeah.
Yeah, but it was also infamous for Nazis.
Yeah.
So
I
I think
never
that's
saw
why they
them.
changed it. But you never went to the shows that would have them.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I think
I've worked a lot of shows at that
Smut
venue.
Peddlers played
yeah.
recently,
Smut
and there was a
Peddlers.
whole bunch of Nazis.
I think Agnostic Front there played there too. And
Yeah.
they had like a bunch of,
Neo-Nazis or whatever.
crazies over there.
All right, let's get into these last
This
shows.
is
See
the
Kyle.
Constellation Room. And Matt Costa is playing Costa. I'm sorry. It starts at 7 p.m. Let's see. Wax is playing on Sunday as well. Oh, no, on Sunday at 8 p.m. And this is in the Constellation Room as well. Who else? Jack Miller on Monday. The Joy Formidable is playing.
Some
on
of the
Monday.
weirdest freaking band names I've
It's
ever
like,
heard.
don't they contemplate these
Virgins!
things?
The
Yeah,
Virgins are
the
playing.
Virgins. I want
That's
to
on
go see the
Tuesday.
Virgins.
Who else is playing? The Doldrums are playing on the 20th, and then Andrew McMahon is playing on Thursday the 21st.
This reminds me of all
And that is
hipster
it.
music.
Yeah, it sounds pretty hipster. But I'm not gonna lie, I went and I saw Matt and Kim at the observatory on what was it? Like 2 weeks? Like last week? Yeah, last week. Last Friday. It was awesome, dude.
Who is that?
It's a two-piece. The Kim is a percussionist; she's a drummer,
Nice.
and Matt is a keyboard and he plays synthesizer or whatever. Dude, they're awesome. They put on an awesome show.
Really?
So definitely check out Matt and Kim, you said?
Definitely check them out. Like
Shout
they're
out.
like pop punk, but I went because my friend was Vicky was promoting it, and we had to pass out some flyers after whatever. But they got us in for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we went in there and. I had heard a couple other songs before, and I was like, okay, they're all right, but dude, they definitely. I'm a fan of them now. After seeing them, I would go and pay to see them.
That's awesome, dude. You know what?
Nice.
Definitely, thank you. We should cover them on the next show. We'll go ahead and we'll play some of their music, see what we could do. Right now, if you did not know, we are actually playing Ziggy Stardust by David Bowie, man. And the reason we're playing David Bowie is because he's predicting his CD the next day will exceed 90,000 copies on the first week of release, which should be enough to actually get David Bowie to the top. And I guess his single, What About Now, has already topped the charts. So he's going to be releasing that, and hopefully he expects it to storm and be a fast-selling album of 2013. I mean,
I'm looking forward.
I am. I love Bowie, dude. I love Bowie more than
Born and raised on it.
I love Bowie more than that. Than Boy George a lot. I hate Boy George.
Well, that's
I
like
like
two
Boy
sides of the
George.
spectrum. I mean, you
Come
can't really put them in the same
me.
category.
No.
Boy George is very flamboyant in a different way than David Bowie was. When
So
he
was
did,
Prince. They were all like
Ziggy Stardust and all that. Yeah.
So was the singer of Queen, and he still kicks ass.
Yeah.
Freddie
so-
Mercury, God rest his soul.
Yes.
If it wasn't for him, a lot of bands would not be around today.
It's true. A lot, especially it made
I still remember the day he died.
made England look a little bit more stronger.
He did.
We figured out that David Bowie, that Davey Havok took the David Bowie. We think he stole it from him. Yeah, because he does it at the beginning of this song and another one. We're like, dude, that's Davey Havok right there. But the last
stole
story
it.
we have is nonetheless Green Day. The Jesus of Suburbia. Actually, I like that album a lot. American Idiot. I thought it was a really clean album.
When I was in the UK, that album came out when I was touring with AC, and their music was everywhere. It was like deafening. You couldn't go to any clubs, any bars, anywhere. Album was playing everywhere. I was like, Jesus, these Brits love fucking Green Day. Blech. I love Green Day. Just I didn't want to hear that
I
much
think they
Green
just
Day.
liked it because the album was called American Idiot. They're going, yeah, man, he is an American idiot.
You
I
sound
can't do a
Australian.
British. Yeah, I can't do a British voice. Can anybody do a British voice?
Oi, oi, hey.
All I know is wanka.
Oh, wanka.
Wanka.
It's hard to do
But
a British accent.
Billy Joe is returning to the theater to write a new music for a theater adaptation of Shakespeare. According to the New York Times, Green Day frontman is contributing to These Paper Bullets. It's supposed to be like a rock adaptation of Much Ado About Nothing that follows a band from Liverpool as a native romance and a music industry in London, and it is supposed to premiere March of 2014. He does have credibility. Billy Joe has credibility underneath his belt because of American Idiot, since he did that.
That was a Broadway, not Broadway, but didn't they do a whole?
Yeah, they did Broadway on it.
Yeah, they did do a Broadway.
And I heard extremely good things. I heard it.
I saw clips of it. It was really good.
I heard it was really crappy when Davey came on and he sang. Like he
Davey who?
Davey Havoc.
This is brand new news to me. So.
Yes, he came on.
I
He
didn't
came
know
on
that.
and like there's a song that he sings. Like my name, it's Saint Jimmy. And he's like, my name is Jimmy and da, 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 da. And of course Billy Joe's like, my name is Jimmy and something something something. And Davey went on when he did it, and he was like, my name is Jimmy and
So he butchered it,
Yeah,
basically?
he butchered it really bad. And people like stopped going. Poor guy. I think he did it for 2 weeks.
You would have been the only one in the crowd.
Davis, yeah! Sing it if I sound beautiful. It's beautifully crappy, man.
I'm crying.
Are you crying because it's so amazing? No, I'm crying because it sucks.
Why?
But nonetheless, that they're going to be doing that. I think it could be good if they did. If he did such a great job on American Idiot, I believe that in full faith that he'll be able to do a good job on this. What do you guys think?
I say yeah. I mean, everything he touches lately has been gold. So I mean, yeah.
I just can't believe he came out with Uno, Dos, and Tres.
It's actually doing pretty well.
All three of them were actually really
Doing
good. I was
really well.
surprised. What about you, Bianca?
About Green Day releasing.
Shit. I don't really.
You don't follow them, so
No. There's very few songs that I like from Green Day, and that's about it.
I think you need to give them a shot. Give them a shot, then come
I
back.
have. Like, my cousin had a bunch of their CDs. I borrowed them. I just didn't.
Didn't feel it. Nope. That's all right, Billy Joe. We still give you a little bit of kudos for doing what you've been doing, dude. Thank you very much. Well, you guys, that is our show for this week. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to check out all the other Rat House production shows, such as Undercity Chaos, In the Mind of the Comic Criminals, as well as Flick Dicks, Loving and Hating Movies, as well as everything in between. Once again, I am your host, MCR, also known as Matt the Rat.
What's up, guys? I'm Bianca.
And our special guest this week,
Mr. Benjamin Gray.
thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to tune into Rat House every single week. You guys have a great day.
Bye-bye, people. Bye-bye. Bye.